Hello, how's it going?
Hi.
This feels way less like a party than where you are. Fuck.
I know. Well, happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's. What can I do to make this feel more like a party?
What are you doing? Wait, where are you? Where is this set up? You're where are you at?
I'm just in my house. It's lockdown. Just in this little room where I've got my studio set up, and yeah, that's it. Nothing, nowhere exciting.
I love the green. Oh my god, that color's gorgeous.
Thanks. Yeah, we did it last year. It's a bit mad, I guess.
I love it. And the crown molding looks so good.
Oh, thank you. Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in my room too. I would turn it around, but it's a mess and my dog keeps walking in and out and I'm so distracted by him.
I think you've done such a better job at making yours look like a party. What can I do?
I know. It's the tapestry. It makes everything. Like bring your light over and like throw some glitter up in the air. Dan, okay,
Yes.
First of all,
Yeah.
let's talk about Bastille, which is the gift that keeps on giving, especially in 2020. Congrats on the EP.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
And I want to talk about Survivin' because I think that song's really speaking to all of us, especially now. And we're really all just trying our best to get by. You wrote the song over a year ago. It's hitting everybody now. I guess my question is, did you obviously anticipate the pandemic? What did you know that we didn't know? Because the song is perfect timing. Can you go into the song a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So, I guess I should preface this by saying that our last album from last year was also called Doom Days. So we seem to have a really annoying habit, which I very much hope to break, of writing kind of depressing, apocalyptic music that ends up like resonating way more than I wish that it could or would or should. Anyway, so Survivor was really about, I think a lot of what we've been feeling this year is obviously it's new and it's really different, but it's just like amplified versions of stuff that people feel all the time. So a lot of the kind of confusion and anxieties and all of those things, they're kind of they're things that different people have experienced so many different ways. And I guess Surviving for me was about coming to the end of 7 years of touring and releasing records and everything within that, the sort of crazy ups and downs and the weirdness and the brilliance of it and the all of that, and coming to the end of it knowing that we were going to have this stop because we were always going to have this year off from touring, which is kind of nuts as well. So when we were coming to that, and it was sort of about like moments where you're feeling a bit rubbish or moments within that where it is about just getting from one day to the next, and it was about trying to articulate that in a way that didn't feel too heavy and that felt kind of almost like a mantra of like, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Maybe. So kind of like tentative optimism. And we wanted to make something that felt kind of, despite the lyrics, like fun and way more chilled than people might expect from our band. And it was kind of just fun to put together. And I guess that feeling is just, it just happens to be what's rung true for a lot of people this year. So at the beginning of the year, we finished the song in like March, just before lockdown began.
Wow.
And we decided with our label that we were going to release it as a single, but like 2 weeks before lockdown. So the intention was always there. And then as the year progressed and as the world became madder and shrunk and the pandemic just like grew and grew and grew and everything that's happened this year, I guess I kind of felt a bit weird about putting it out. I felt almost like it might seem like it was taking advantage of a moment, but basically everybody told me to get the fuck over myself and just release it.
I was going to say, I know so many musicians have gone through all of those different, like, it's like all of the different emotions, like the Beyonce emotions from like Lemonade. Like you go through this, should I do this? Should I do this? Now I'm feeling this way. Is it rude of me to do something like that? It's like, wait a second, get out of your own head. You're giving a gift and this is how you feel. And this is what your job is. That song absolutely speaks to all of us. And I have to ask you, is it like a bizarre time to be a musician in 2020? I know that you had this year off already with the band, but like, did it create a new way of thinking for you? Like, holy shit, even if we wanted to go out and play, we fucking can't. Like, was it a total mind screw for you?
I guess I feel like I feel lucky in a way that we were sort of mentally geared up for a big stop this year. So even though obviously this year's been crazy and a shock and unexpected and all of the things that it's been, at least personally for us, we were kind of anticipating a big change. So I guess in a weird way, we were slightly more prepared than maybe artists who were like, had a full year of touring and all of this stuff planned out, for whom it's been like awful, you know, it's been
right,
so
absolutely.
And I sort of, just as things were beginning at the start of the year, I just got into like studio mode, of like writing mode, of like making music. So again, like when this happened and a lot of people just like took their foot off and stopped doing everything, I was very much in the mode of writing. So that was a really amazing distraction for us. And making this whole EP, you know, making Surviving, making What You're Gonna Do with Graham Coxon and Goosebumps, and all of the songs we've made for this EP and all the other music we've worked on as well. It's been like such an amazing lifeline through this year for us. It's been, you know, it's been like kind of what I've wanted to do for a long time. It just happens that the circumstances are completely twisted and fucked. but you know, being able to change our process a bit and collaborate and not be distracted by shows every night and all of those things that obviously are amazing and we're very lucky to do, but they can really get, you know, a big part of me just wants to be making songs every day. So whenever stuff gets in the way of that, you know, they're fun and interesting distractions, but they feel like distractions. So yeah, it's been in some ways, despite everything, on a creative level, it's actually been, you know, quite a satisfying year, having this enforced space around it all.
Well, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I think that a lot of musicians obviously went through the ringer of emotions and what to do. But like I said, I started the interview off with Bastille, the gift that keeps on giving, because we got What You Gonna Do. And I was like, holy shit. Like, they're coming out, rocking and rolling. Then we got Surviving, and now we got Goosebumps. Like, everything happens so beautifully with Bastille. It's always in the moment, and it feels so organic and natural. I could go into an entire interview about it, but I want to start asking you some questions about the year, and then maybe we'll end it with a couple tweets from some listeners who I know want to ask you some questions. So I guess, Dan, what have you learned most about yourself this year, 2020?
I learned that how much I'm used to and rely on being around people all the time, I guess. I guess just because I live with friends and so I've been lucky to have, you know, a relatively busy house this year. Whereas like other people I know who live by themselves, you know, it's been a real kind of challenge. And equally, people in the midst of like a family or whatever, that's got its own other set of challenges. But I guess because we're on tour all the time, and because whenever I come home, I'm always like just so keen to catch up with people, I'm sort of used to just being around other people nonstop. So it's been, I think this year has been an interesting one for a lot of people to sort of spend a bit more time with themselves than maybe they used to.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, what are you looking forward to leaving behind in 2020?
Oh, so much stuff. Well, that's a good question. Oh, I appreciate this is probably a quick fire round, and I'm taking like long Eeyore amounts of time on every answer.
Fine.
This year, a bunch of the stuff I'm working on, I really want to get it finished before the end of the year and have it done because it's plaguing my mind.
Love it. That was a perfect response. Okay, what are you looking forward to most in 2021? Maybe it's a tie into that last answer.
Releasing said music. I guess you know, 2021. Hopefully, we'll see things return to some level of like normality. I want to see gigs. I miss going to shows so much. It's my favorite thing to do, and you know, there were so many tours that I was going to go see this year, and like that's what I miss. So I hope that, you know, that things return to some level of normality where it's safe to go to a gig, because that's such a, I don't know, as a music fan, it's like one of the most exciting things to go and do and see, and I miss it so much.
Yeah, it's church for us, man. It's what we do. It's what we live for. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions from some amazing listeners on Twitter, a couple tweets. This is actually a little deep of a question. I kind of like it. At I Bake for a Living, that's Mike in Douglasville. He said, one thing I noticed during the many Bastille Dan Smith live streams I've watched over the past 8 months was that Dan is always so hard and critical of himself. From what does he think that derives?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh,
No, I guess I've always just been pretty hard on myself. I think it's, I feel like I kind of know what I can do and what I can't, and yeah, I think just with performing in general, like I love writing songs. I always have a really good time writing songs. When it comes to playing live and singing and performing and playing, um, I always aspire to be better and wish I was better than I am. So I guess in that respect, it's probably like a mad defense mechanism of just, if I say that I'm rubbish, I got in there first,
yep.
So
Yeah. I like it. Okay. Understood. All right. I got Emily on Twitter at efunk62. If you could live out any movie in real life, what would it be?
Oh God, that's a good question. I hate with questions like that. I suddenly can't think of a single film. But something very happy with absolutely no darkness in it whatsoever.
Right.
What would it be? I can't even think. Like probably, I don't know. Probably like the SpongeBob SquarePants film or something would be like a wonderful place to be.
That's a great response. Okay. How about this one from K-Drama? Where is she? K-Drama Nuna said, ask Woody if he'd, okay, this is just a request. Ask Woody if he'd ever play drums with a man bun. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I will. I promise you, I will pass that on to Woody.
There we go. Okay. At Weaverlish said, is Goosebumps about Britney Spears?
Of course it is. Yeah.
Okay.
What else would it be about?
Okay. I got one from at Matthew Poet Haunted on Twitter. Describe every Bastille member in one word.
Oh, that's so good. Will is studious. Kyle is hilarious, and Woody is fatherly.
Fatherly, I like that.
I mean, I just went for it, hoping that it was a word. It might not even be a word, but
Fatherly. He's like a dad.
He's always been like the dad of the band. Yeah.
I love that. I love knowing that. Okay, I got one. At Jaina is anxious. Dan, did you eat street food while you were in India? If you did, what was your favorite?
I did, and my brain is mush, and I can't remember names of even like people that I know really well. But they were these like deep fried balls that you break the top open and put in like amazing little salads and sauces and stuff in those, and they were very, very delicious. I can't remember what they're called. Should probably find out. But yeah, they were amazing. And the street food in India was insane, like really, really, really insane. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, we'll do one more. At Paula Patata, what happened to the live album? Will we ever get it?
Well, watch this space, and the new year will bring an answer to that sooner than you think.
Great response. Round of applause. One final question for you, Dan. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Do you have one?
I'm such a dork. I wrote a handbook for the pandemic, and I just started writing down all the things to make sure I don't fall into a pattern so I don't get bummed out. So yeah. I think it's going to be like following my handbook. It's just like little things.
What else have you got in the handbook? I need this handbook.
Yeah, I just wrote it down. It's like block negative thoughts from any angle, lose your ego, avoid social media. Only when you absolutely need to use it when it's necessary, or only use it when you're in a good mental place.
Yeah.
Stay present and focused.
Yeah.
And no procrastination, just do it. That's what I've got so far. I actually have it with me. I'm like taking it with me.
I'm working on all of those things.
Hey!
I just didn't articulate them as well as you, but yeah, I guess I think it's at the beginning of the pandemic, I think when life just flipped, everyone took that moment to be like, right, what can I learn? What can I learn about myself? How can I be a better person?
Yeah.
And it's funny, I think as the years gone on, like in the UK at least, there's like life has sort of opened back up to some level of normality, and then it's shrunk back again, and it's opening back up. It's not the like, if there's no clean end to this, it's a kind of messy, blurry thing. And yeah, it's funny. I remember at the beginning, like making myself, like promising to myself, I'm not going to slip back into the things I didn't like about before. So I guess, like you said, New Year feels like a good time to to remind yourself of those things. And can you send me a photocopy of the handbook, please? I need to.
Absolutely. It's the handbook. It's the handbook. Life and Learnings Through a Pandemic. I will send it your way.
Amazing.
Dan, we love you. You have been such an amazing partner with Alt 104.5. We absolutely love you guys. We're so excited for this show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And cheers and Happy New Year's and have an amazing 2021.
Thank you. You too. So nice to chat to you. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Look after yourselves. Lots of love.